It's an adventure.
Yeah, that's how we see it.
When kids at school ask you where you live, what do you tell them?
When they see the truck, they ask me if I live in it, and when I hesitate, they kind of realize. And they say they won't tell anybody. And
Yeah, it's not really that much of an embarrassment. I mean, it's only life. You do what you need to do, right?
It's life for a lot of folks. The number of kids in poverty in America is pushing toward 25%, 1 out of 4. Austin and Ariel usually get cleaned up for school at gas stations. They find it's best to go to different ones every day so the managers don't get sore.
Hi, Daddy.
Before the bell, they blend in with more than 1,100 other homeless students in the Seminole County schools. At Castleberry School, we met 15 kids who'd been living in cars. With their parents' permission, they told us you don't get much sleep with your brothers and sisters in the back seat. But that wasn't the worst part.
So we were really scared. So we'll stay up all night sometimes and watch over my mom and keep her safe.
How many of you, show me your hands, were worried about your safety while you were living in the car?
To me, it was scary because I thought something was either going to happen to my mom or my grandfather or my dad or me.
We weren't staying in a very good neighborhood, like where the car was parked, and someone came up and robbed my aunt for the little bit of money that we had.
Well, I worried that someone would just break in and steal my mom's purse.
Jade Wiley is 8 years old. She spent 3 weeks living in her car with her mom, her dad, 2 dogs, and a cat.
Did you think you were ever going to get out of the car?
I thought I was going to be stuck in the car.
How'd you keep your spirits up?
I was still praying to God that somebody let us stay in the hotel.
And how did you get out of the car?
Well, there's this nice lady named Beth, and then she gave us a lot of money so we could stay at the hotel, and now I'm staying at the hotel.
She said that a nice lady named Beth came and gave the family money.
Well, a nice community came. I just delivered it.
Beth Davalos runs programs for homeless kids in the Seminole County schools. This is the video that she shot when she found Jade's family.
Well, we deal with it. Every day we deal with it when we live in the car.
We're gonna go get you a hotel room now. How do you feel about that?
Happy.
When Davalos hears of a student on the street, she uses county money and donations to get temporary shelter in a motel.
Good job.
The money she had for Jade's family lasted only a month, so the Wileys and Jade are painting the rest of the motel in exchange for a room. But this is rare. Of all the homeless families in Florida, 2/3 are living on the street.
I hear about it every week, every couple of days. If they're not living in the car right now, they are avoiding it. Some of them don't even have cars to live in, or they recently got out of it.
Why is it happening right now?
The longevity of homelessness continues to rise. So people are running out of resources. The unemployment runs out, their savings run out, the family that lent them money does not have it anymore because they're looking at economic hardship. And before you know it, they find themselves living in their car because they just ran out of all options.
Earlier this year, when folks heard about the homeless students in Central Florida, $4 million in donations poured in. Beth Davalos set up food banks in 41 Seminole County schools. They gathered up clothing for the kids and shelled out cash for motel rooms.
I really appreciate it.
$4 million is a lot of money, but think of this. Of all the families without shelter in America, 1/3 are in Florida. At Castleberry School, we sat down with the Coates family.
Instead of 3 meals a day, we ended up doing 2 meals a day. And then there was this one day where we didn't have any more money, and that's how we ended up in the car.
Last year, the Coates left Washington, D.C. for a new life in Florida, but the jobs dried up. When the savings went, Victoria and D'Angelo learned how to be homeless. They found out there's a checklist for living in a car. You want security, lighting, a place where you might be welcome, or at least a place busy enough to hide in. Walmart lots can be good, it depends on the manager. YMCAs mostly look the other way. D'Angelo settled outside a hospital emergency room.
And we knew that through being there, we could at least brush our teeth in the morning, go to the bathroom if we need to in the middle of the night. And I'm sitting on a cooler in between our vehicle and another vehicle, just to make sure they're okay.
Standing guard all night.
Yep.
D'Angelo, what does a man think about sitting on a cooler all night with his family in the car next to him?
At that moment, I guess I feel less than a dad, I guess I could say, or as a husband, because I'm not able to provide for my family.
Going into that car really did something to me. I felt helpless. I felt like I couldn't help my children.
I am willing to bet that the whole time you were in the car, you didn't cry once, did you?
Mm-mm.
Not in front of these guys. When it came time to put the girls in school, the school must have asked you for an address.
That, okay, well, you have these boxes to choose, and you had one that said shelter.
You checked the shelter box?
Yeah.
There was no box for car.
No.
So you lied to them.
Basically.
You do what you have to do.
There was not an option to take my girls away.
I wonder if some of these families are hiding from the system, hiding from you.
Yeah.
Because as one woman put it to us today, she said, I was afraid that if they found out we were living in the car, the state would take my children away from me.
Yeah, they're scared. They're very scared. And the reality is, if the state found them in a car, their children could be taken away and put someplace safe for now. But when we find them, we can put them someplace safe.
The Coates tried to go someplace safe. They called every shelter in the area, but they were all full. After 10 days in the car, the only thing in the bottom of the cooler was an orange. So Victoria started calling again.
And we called each and every one of them. And then I got to the last one, which was Orlando Rescue Mission. And I called, and the lady said, we have programs for your entire family.
You must have thought you weren't hearing right.
Yeah.
How close did you come to running out of gas on the way to the rescue mission?
We had like maybe a quarter tank before the E.
So really all you had to your names at that point was a quarter of a tank and an orange.
That's right.
It wasn't long after the family made it into the shelter that D'Angelo found a job. He's manhandling garbage cans and proud to have the work.
The hard work's good for you. I'm thankful to have a job.
With help from his employer, they hope to get Jamie, Jamia, and Jayla in a home of their own by Christmas.
What do you know now that you didn't know before you lived in the car?
I know to be grateful that you have your family and that my mom is really, really, really protective.
Protective because there is a ferocity that comes with being a parent on the street. Hiding the kids from cops and criminals, watching options grow shorter, the days longer, and the nights are just stubborn, sitting on a cooler, waiting for the sun. One threat to a family out here is idleness, so the folks that we met fill the days with every free and normal thing. After school, the Metzgers drive their truck to the library.
Because they've got the computers that we can use and light and all that.
I wonder what education means to you two.
I mean,
It's everything.
It is everything to us. I plan to be a child defense lawyer. If I focus on my studies, I have that opportunity.
The American dream is durable, and there is something about growing up in a truck that makes you believe in it all the more. As we tagged along with the Metzgers, they told us they liked the truck better than a motel, and they wanted to show us something they've been doing in the evenings. They're acting in a community theater, a free and normal thing. On stage, they had a chance to be somebody else, but what struck us most was that they were just as happy in their roles as the Metzgers.
Before the truck, I always saw all these homeless people and I would feel so bad for them. And then as soon as we started living in the truck ourselves, I've seen even more, and I just feel so bad. And even though I'm homeless myself, I want to do as much as I can to help them get back up on their feet.
You sound very adult to me.
She likes to take over.
And you too, a little bit, Austin. You had to grow up pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I see like a teenager or any other kid fighting with their parents or arguing with them and like not doing what they're told, it really hurts me because they could be in my shoes, and of course I don't want them to be in my shoes, but they need to learn to appreciate what they have and who they have in their life, because it may be the last day they might have it.
At the end of this day, when the play was over and the kids were ready for bed, Tom Metzger judged the lighting behind the theater and decided this was as good a spot as any in Seminole County to make a home for the night.
Go to 60minutesovertime.com to see how Scott Pelley's team found the families for tonight's story. Sponsored by Lipitor.
You two, listen up. What do you want? Pie. You know goddamn well what I want. I thought we had a deal. We made good on the deal. Pies. Why do you call us again? Okay, I'm calling you because I need more views. But you can't have any more views. You've exhausted the likes, the dislikes, and the comments. There's always a way to milk it. You have made over 10,000 of these videos now. You can't possibly make another one. I'll find a way. You son of a bitch. I'll find a way. You'll never do it, Poo-Poo Pie. Your soul is... Can we get same amount of likes as dislikes on this video? Jesus. Oh, it actually got me in the dick. Can we get the same amount of likes as dislikes? Same amount of likes as dislikes! Same amount of likes! Same amount of likes as dislikes! Do people even know what this video is about? Do people understand? Same amount of likes. Same amount. We get the same amount of likes as dislikes. So, like 500 likes and 500 dislikes. Can we get that on the video? How do we get them to understand that? Can we do it? Fuck up! Can we get the same amount of likes as dislikes, boy? Same amount of likes as dislikes! Same amount of likes as dislikes. Estoy como des. Dislikes, dislikes, por favor. Same just like, yeah, we smacked it. Same amount of likes as dislikes? Here we get same amount of likes as dislikes! Same amount of likes as dislikes. Same amount of life. Same.
What are you gonna do next time? Huh? There's no way you can do another one of these.
I'll think of something.
There's no way you can do
I'll think of
another one of
something.
these.
I'll think of something, goddammit. Ah! Yes! Ah! Yes, 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 best game. Finally. A good game. Screw you! Mass Effect Andromeda? Here we go. Here we go, everyone. I hope you're ready. What the fuck is this? What does this game seem like, Dead or Alive? Okay, let's play the actual game and see what this game is all about. I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's another boob game. No. No. It's not. It's way more. And if you say that, I find that statement to be quite ignorant. What is it, anime? What is this shit? I don't watch anime. Ah, disgusting. This is why I voted Trump to not see this gay shit. What the what is this? They're putting flowers on the grave. Are they gonna get naked soon? Do you think? Yes. Yes! Yes! You can't go from funeral to ass. What is happening? What? Oh! God bless. God bless. God bless. If this is just the intro, can you even imagine the gameplay? My God. This reminds me of when Naruto and Sasuke were fighting over the waterfall. I never understand how they can make those sounds with it. How? Is that racist for me to do? Call me a dumb bitch. What do they call a female slime? Or so, call me that. The writing. It's so beautiful. It's unlike anything I've ever read. I'm ready to fight. Hey, you picked a fight with the wrong YouTuber. I'ma get ya. Just imagine giant melons here. That's why I'm gonna get ya. She has a shotgun. What is this? How did we get from that to this? What is this gun? Stop calling her a bitch. Look at her fucking battle stance. I'm from the future. I'm about to fuck you up, motherfucker. Ah! Ah! Stop calling her a bitch. Look at her fucking battle stance. I'm from the future. I'm about to fuck you up, motherfucker. Ah! Ah! Alright, here we are finally again. I like how you see the... No shame. No shame in this game. Whoever made this game is shameless. There's no shame. No shame whatsoever. Best game. Best game. I like how you see that. No shame. No shame in this game. Whoever made this game is shameless. There's no shame. No shame whatsoever. Best game. Best game. Of the year, best game universe, best game of all time ever game. Oh my god, yeah, you didn't spawn one. How fucking many do you need to spawn? What the shit? Where did they all come from? All right, we're gonna have to fight back with that. Yeah, why shoot the gun when you can fucking spin and shit? Hey, your titties out, bitch. Got him. Whoa! Oh, they get naked! They get naked as I shoot them! Best! Good! Yes! Keep shooting them! Oh, there's just one left. Got him. Shinobi transformation. Hakigi bashi. Oh! Whoa! What the fuck? She gets giant tits! That is the best thing I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Right there. What I just witnessed. I'm not leaving this computer. You don't understand. You don't understand. I am going to plug this game into my bloodstream. I'm going to eat 3D printed food from now on. Here we go. Special attack! Hell yeah! Look at that. Damn! Fucking kick ass! And it's got nothing to do with my giant tits. Are you always dancing, or is it just like a condition? Is she weird? Oh, I see it now. She has two guns in one hand, and she shoots them. Thank God. I can't see my underwears anymore. Or can I? Let me see if I can. You gotta go close to a wall if you want to see like close. You gotta close to the wall, change the camera, and then you. No. Sad. I'm sad. Holy shit, look at me. This is some Attack of the Titan shit, man. Look at this. Brrr. Sonic's got nothing on this shit. The music makes me so fucking pumped. This is like having cocaine. I never had cocaine, but I imagine this is not as good. I mean, this is better. This is better. Don't do drugs. Do anime. Can you stand still? Like, just for a second. Jesus Christ. Anyway, moving on to the next. Anyway, moving on to the next battle. I wonder if people actually get into the story. I'm really curious. Because I played the game only for the story, nothing else. Alright, so now we get to play. How about that? After knocking an enemy back. Okay. Why are there so goddamn many of them? Whoa! Look at that, boy! We're fighting on the water. This is just like Jesus. Jesus the anime. What is happening? Oh my god. What is happening? What is happening right now? I clicked the button and then if you button mash, you will have a seizure. What is this? Oh, I did it. Okay, I did it. I'm naked now. You know, less armor makes you stronger. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. Historians have done it wrong all along. Whoa, I surf? Look at this, I surf. I'm a fucking surfer. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. What up, dog? I'm a surfing anime fighting warrior princess. Can I ride the banana? Can I ride the banana? Answer me. Damn it, I can't ride it. Perhaps later. Yes, I leveled up. Yes. Been waiting so long to level up. Level 100. I'm going for level 100. I'm not gonna stop playing until I'm level 100. I'm quitting YouTube. I'm going to play MLG Sunrun Kagura Estival Versus. There we go. Finish that, bitch. Jag tycker ni med. What happened to the story of the game? All I got so far is naked girls fighting. I'm sure there is a story. I'm sure of it. I'm 100% sure there's a story here. Somewhere. Jesus Christ. You can't be serious with that shit. Is she wearing like a Nazi outfit? Like what is that supposed to resemble? Am I the only one who sees this? Oh my god. What the fuck? Honestly, what the fuck? Sure, Wall Street is gonna post about that. I'm sure. Justice to this game. Some say that just makes the game better. What do I know? You know, believe it or not, I was a Nazi before, but after seeing that, I might reconsider. That was a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke about anime titties. That was an anime titty joke. I'm sorry. I'm okay. What the actual fuck? God bless. God bless America. I mean Japan. God damn it. It wouldn't be a Japanese game with the slight rapey undertones. What'd I say? What'd I say? What did I say? Asuka, do I look like a woman who's satisfied with her own boobs? I'm gonna have to get back on that one. Something's happening. Something's definitely happening. It came from the sacred queendom of boobs. Well, now I know where I want to go when I die. That's great. I've been looking into different options. Hell was pretty high on the list, but I think we got a new champion. Secret Nazi. Secret Nazi, do you see it? I see Secret Nazi. What the fuck? You see it, don't you? It's in the background. In the pattern. Okay, so mission start. Aim for a wall run with A. Oh, whoa. Oh, games. Video games. Video games are realistic. Look at that boy. Look at this wall. Trying to transform. My god. I can't. I can't.
Tu comiste de los bollitos que mami hizo.
67 Metascore.
Ella me...
Amazing game.
¿De lo qué?
It's a lot of
No
media
bollito.
hate because our mainstream
Ayer.
professional
Yo
critics
admire
are more
you.
worried about
Por si
promoting
acaso.
their social justice warrior agenda than actually reviewing the game. I rest my case. I'm disgusted. There is no God. This game deserves its own rating. Okay? The rating system, it does not go high enough. Jenny, what do you say? Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe. And if you did, I can't. 67 Metascore. An amazing game that gets a lot of media hate because our mainstream professional critics are more worried about promoting their social justice warrior agenda than actually reviewing the game. I rest my case. I'm disgusted. There is no God. This game deserves its own rating. Okay? The rating system, it does not go high enough. Danny, what do you say? Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe. And if you did, action hero. You've even played as an anime schoolgirl. You played as an Italian plumber. But have you played everything? This game belongs to
Pussy Lover 6. Pussy Lover 6.
Okay. So it starts off where you're a little electron or proton or neuron or thing. This is a lot of stuff happening here. Think again. Is there a point to this? Is there really a point to anything?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Okay, something's happening. Whoa! Whoa! Is that a cat? I'm a cat! I'm a puma or whatever they're called. Amazing! So we're playing as a puma right now.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh! Stop! 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 Thank you. What? Did they forget to animate the game? Stop! Stop! Stop, Puma. What is happening? What is Stop, Puma! Stop! This is not how you walk. It's not how you walk. You know what? I would much rather live in this world. I would much. Okay, here we go. This is the most realistic Puma simulator game I have ever played. Got him. Oh, he's with me now. Hey, Mr. I don't know what animal you are, so I'm not gonna guess. He's with me now. We got a friend. Hey, got him. Hey, we're 3 now. This is amazing. You're coming with us. Join the club. Hey, you like the anti-walking as normal animal club? We got quite a following. Okay, now we're playing as a herd of animals that can't walk straight. Amazing. What is happening? Who am I and why am I here? What's happening now? They're disappearing! Ah, we're back with Puma. Lonely Puma. Alright, alright, alright. So you're supposed to be able to control... Are those beavers? Okay, here we go. I can't seem to become the beavers. But I can't become the plant? How the fuck would that work? Yes. Yes! I'm a goddamn plant. Finally, a game that represents who I identify with. Driftwood. I am a driftwood, everyone. I am the best goddamn driftwood. I'm 2 driftwood, 3 driftwood. Oh my god, the driftwood is multiplying. This driftwood is gonna take over the planet. It's gonna take over the universe. Join us, forest creatures. Driftwood. We will kill those foul humans. Oh, we got palm trees with us now. The palm trees have joined us. We will take over. We will take over this planet. This planet will be ours. Ah, we get the trees. The trees have joined us. The trees from the west have joined our battle. We will conquer. The driftwood will conquer. What the fuck? Hello, Mr. Deer. Would you like to join me on my quest on world domination? Excellent. Follow me. Sheep and deer, together forever, they will conquer the universe. Bling! So if I can play as everything, surely then I can play as a shitty fucking YouTuber. Jack Spadici. Oh my god, we must find Jack Spadici. Hello, Rock. Join us. The rocks would not listen. But that would not stop sheep and deer. Sheep and deer, together forever. The rock wouldn't join them, but that wouldn't stop them. Oh my god, the rock got deer! Deer! No! Hop pads, the rocks got me. Don't, I'm coming to save you. I'm coming to save you. Calm down. I'm freaking out. How do I save you? Dear, please, say something. Oh, dear and cheap, together forever. Together they will rule the galaxy. Deer and sheep, they met a beaver. Yes, I will join you, Beaver said. And so they went off. Deer and sheep and beaver go wherever they will want to go. No, shit, I'm driftwood now. God damn it. No, I don't want to be fucking driftwood. Did the lamb die or?
Hello, darkness, my old.
Okay, here we go. It's an elk. It's a fucking elk, Felix. What the fuck is that sound? Ah! Ah! Shut up. Okay, you can go faster. Damn, they're going fast. They had a mission. To save this planet. To save this planet from Al Gore, the biggest threat to climate change. After, of course, Ainsley. Find a Jacksepticeye. That's what they knew they had to do to save the planet. They found a stick. And what the stick said was shocking, to say the least. Remember this place. Remember who you are. Elk didn't understand the question. Keep in mind, as we go beyond here, you might need to find a way back. But they didn't listen. They met another goat. But it was retarded. They had to keep it. Who came up with this video game idea and why? No, I expected that I could play as anything, but you didn't tell me about the whole part of the animals being satanic beings. Oh my god, they're tiny baby elks! Why are they so small now? The elks had babies. They were pregnant all along. Oh, fuck. So this is what I want to do with myself. I just want to make a lot of babies and then just send them out in like an army, you know? That seems like a viable plan, at least. I can make them do all kinds of shit. Oh, fuck. Gotcha. Oh, together we are strong. The goats have joined us. Finally. Yeah. Join us. Join us! More power! Yes! Oh! But where will it end? Beaver said. What happens when we're too many and everyone is with us? Okay. The mission. I take it now. Find Jacksepticeye. The trees may not be with us. The rocks may be against us. But together we are strong. We can take over this planet. But suddenly, they stopped. It's like that Forrest Gump episode when all of a sudden he just stopped running. They became a rock.
If you smell what the rock is cooking.
Oh! The rocks are taking over. It was crushing every single one of them. Why is this a game? I don't. Okay. I'm playing as a rock. Here we go. Okay. Oh, I can ascend. What the? What? Oh, great. I'm an island. I'm a goddamn island now. I'm an island, everybody. How you doing? Would you like to join me, other island? Okay, the other island is with me now. Excellent. Great. This is great. Moving across the ocean. This is the best life I have ever not wanted to live. I can play a seagrass. What the fuck? I am seagrass now, everybody. Oh, yes. I didn't expect to be seagrass. I really wasn't expecting to be seagrass, everyone. Alright, well, this is kind of weird. I think I'll switch to... I'm a planet! I'm a planet, everyone! Excellent! A planet Earth. Let's crash that fucking shit into the sun. Where is the sun? Where? Oh, there's no sun. Great. Oh, there you are. Okay, here we go. I am the sun. I am the one. Don't name the sun. Don't. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, ascend. I'm guessing a galaxy. I'm a galaxy. I'm a galaxy, everyone. Oh, I ascended. What the fuck is this? Now I'm like microscopic. Right? Whoa. Whoa. What the hell is happening? It's sand grain. Oh, it is, isn't it? What the fuck? We're sand grains. We can transcend light. Oh! I'm a caterpillar. Woo! Yeah, boy! Yeah. We're getting near. I can smell that son of a bitch. I know he's close. Come on, boys. Faster. We're grass now. We're fucking grass. Alright, shrooms. Let's get the shrooms. Yeah, boy. Ascend. And we're back with Puma! Yay! Amazing. But wait. What's that? On top of the hill. Could it be expediting?
The Rock says.
Alright, that was everything. It was everything.
The Rock says.
Alright, that was everything. He's close. Come on, boy. Yay! Amazing. But wait. What's that? On top of the hill. Could it be expedited? Son of a bitch. And we're fucking grass. Alright, mushrooms. Let's get the shrooms. Yeah, boy. Ascend. And we're back with Puma! Yay! Amazing. But wait.
It'll probably be interesting to other people. Those are tough. What?
Goodbye, Vapor Max that are not even out yet.
What was that?
Welcome back to What's Inside. I'm Lincoln and this is Dan. And today we're gonna cut open some Nike Air Max.
No, not the Nike Air Max. I remember how much you guys all freaked out when we cut open Yeezys a while back, and even the LED shoes. But to be specific, we've got the Vapor Max. They don't come out until March 26th. They did a limited release in Paris, and somebody was crazy enough to sell one of their pairs, and I got it.
It has the most air of any Nike Air Max. And it also took the engineers at Nike 5 years to make this shoe.
They had to go through so many different iterations because every time they changed one little air pocket, it would have an impact on it. And so they had to test things out with 350 runners. The runs combined in testing this thing is equivalent to somebody running around the earth 5 different times. The last week of our lives have been insane. I'm still recovering from jet lag. We wanted to understand the story of the Nike shoes. Not just to tell you, but to show you a little bit where the inspiration of these shoes and of this bubble came from.
We went to Paris.
We went to Paris. The reason why we came to Paris for a little inspiration is because this building behind us is the Pompidou Museum. Do you see the escalator and how it has glass that goes through it? Look at this shoe. See the Air? In 1987, the first Air Max 1s came out. And it was the first shoe that ever had this little bubble in it. And it was inspired by Tinker Hatfield of Nike. He came and saw this museum and he thought, I want to do that in a shoe. Let's make the insides be on the outside, just like this controversial building. Tinker almost got fired for it, but it ended up saving Nike and making Nike the big global company that it is today. There's birds everywhere. What's gonna make this video kind of cool, at least I think, is we are gonna cut open the Air Max Zeros. So we get to see the very, very first pioneer shoe of the Air Max series, all in one.
When I was in Nike, I got to go and customize and design kind of my own very shoe. It was the Nike Air Max Zeros. I picked all the colors, all the materials. You guys need to go to Nike and go and vote for my shoe.
Vote for my shoe. We did go to Paris, but then a few days later we went to the Nike headquarters and Lincoln sat down with Tinker Hatfield and asked him a question about what should Lincoln be inspired by on the shoe that he creates.
Maybe an easy way to sort of describe the favorite. If you go down, you kind of because
Tinker Hatfield trip to this shoe. New shop. Last time we got one of these saws was when we cut open the Yeezys and I left the shoelaces on and it grabbed the blade and it broke the saw and I just threw the thing away. So, Lincoln, shoelaces. Take them off. Here we go. We got the shoes. I'm just gonna leave the paper in them. That's how new these are. They still have the paper in them. Safety first. Thanks to my neighbor for these awesome safety glasses. They don't sell them like this anymore. These are cool. Saw time. Whoa, you hear that pop? Whoa, you hear that pop? Whoa, you hear that pop? Yeah! That was Scare Pocket.
That was amazing.
Okay, we're not gonna look at it yet. We want to cut the other ones, and
Okay.
then we will keep them closed and take them home for inspection. Shoe time! There they are. Here is the Air Max Zero. Doesn't it look awesome? I don't, maybe it looks really lame. I don't know, we haven't seen it yet. Here you go, Lincoln. You can look at one.
In 3, 2, 1.
Whoa.
Whoa. There.
Is there another one?
Yeah, right
or
there.
maybe we just cut right through the bubble. It looks like they have one in the middle, one of the little shock type supports or pillars in the middle, and so it looks like there's another pocket, but it's really all just one. Tried smelling it. I think I got particles of shoe in my nose.
Oh, I'm not gonna
Don't smell cut open shoes. The paper actually looks super cool that's cut
Yeah,
open.
it looks really cool how all those different ridges on the bottom of the shoe. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it does look cool. When we were with Nike, they did tell us when we cut a shoe open, they told us that they actually cut open a lot of their shoes, but it's actually super helpful for them to cut it open and just take a look and see how all the different layers and how its design looks. So one question that I had for them is, what's inside of this shoe? Like, what is this material in there? Is it really just air? They said they couldn't tell me what it is, but it is a proprietary gas type mix. The most air ever in a Nike Air shoe. Paper Max lost the Paper Max. There we go.
The Paper Max.
Bad dad joke.
There's just a bunch of little holes.
Yeah, so this really is just air pockets.
Yeah.
It says not for resale, property of Nike. Haha, not property of Nike anymore. We own this Vapor Max and we killed it. Ever since the Air Max was created in 1987, they've been making these air pockets in the USA. They make them in Oregon and then they ship them to wherever they actually manufacture the shoe and then put them in. But what's really interesting is they, in 2015, they spent $40.5 million to build a plant that manufactures every one of these soles in the United States. It's in Portland. We actually have the soles.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Awesome.
So, how many of these do they give us? Look at all of these. That's how they make the shoes. I think it's called Flyknit, where they manufacture it all together in one shoe component, and then they just turn it down and they connect it around the sides of this, and then they put the insole into it. See that layer right there?
Yeah.
That's the layer that they usually will have that layer on the shoe, and then they glue on the sole. Well, with this one, they don't glue on a sole, which makes it so the shoe is lighter for runners, and then it makes them even more so like walking on air. So when we cut through the Vapor Max with the saw, as soon as it hit the front, it made a loud pop. Let's try it with a knife and see what it does. Oh, I tried pretty hard and it didn't pop it. Okay. Let's try again. Durability test. Those are tough. What the heck? What the heck? Sneakerheads, and you know all about these Nike Air Maxes, and you know all about shoes. We didn't. We're just a normal person. And what did we learn from it? There's a lot that goes into manufacturing a shoe. You can go onto our family channel. We're gonna have 5 different videos of it. It was a really cool adventure. Lincoln raced against a gold medalist, an Olympic gold medalist. He played basketball on the Bo Jackson basketball court.
That was awesome. Please vote for me.
You can vote for him.
Vote for me. Please. I want to.
My name is Bobby Casturi. I'm an assistant professor at the University of Chicago and a neuroscientist at Argonne National Labs. try to map the brain at a scale that's never been mapped before. Every person here can leave with understanding it at some level. Do you know why we're here today?
Because we're talking about science.
Yes, we're going to talk about science, and we're going to talk about a very specific kind of science about people who study brains. Do you know what a brain is? What is it? Definitely. So what we're going to talk about, this is something that people study in the brain called the connectome. Do you know that your body is made up of really tiny things called cells?
Yes, I know that.
Okay, well there's more cells in your brain, like way more cells than all the stars we can see. And so what the connectome is we'd like to know where every cell in your brain is and how it talks to every other cell in your brain. That was awesome, Daniel, thank you.
Connectome?
Connectome.
To be honest, I have no idea.
That's good. That's a great place to start. There are cells in your brain. Those brain cells are connected by wires to each other. Electricity travels down those wires and communicates from one part of the brain to the other part of the brain. And each of those brain cells makes, 1,000 connections. It's something like 100 trillion connections in one brain, in your brain. Could I take all of that information and put it inside a computer? Would that computer then be you?
Computers, they don't have feelings. They won't have feelings. And I think that's one thing that makes the human race strong.
I would say that that map also has your feelings in it. Because here's why. Your feelings, most neuroscientists think, come from your brain anyway. And amazingly, whether when you feel happy or sad or angry or scared, that's just brain cells communicating with each other. So I think today we're going to talk about a connectome. Have you ever heard of that?
A connectome?
Yeah.
No,
Awesome.
I don't
Good.
think so.
It's a map of all the connections between every neuron in your brain. Literally, in a human brain, something like the map of the 1 quadrillion connections that 100 billion neurons make with each other.
Is this like a map that's like an actual visual representation, like using microscopy, or
Yes.
just data? Wow, wow.
Yeah.
I'm understanding more so that it's a mapping of the circuitry, the pathways between neurons that can lead to evidence of patterns in your brain that are common between different people.
We have to use electron microscopes. And then what we have been developing are ways to slice the brain into really thin slices, use an electron microscope to take a picture of each slice, and then use computers to put it all back. Imagine that we could get the map of every connection, right? And we knew how neurons fire. Do you think we could put that in a computer, that map, and then therefore that computer should be able to think just like the brain that we extracted it from?
Well, the computer only communicates with itself in binary, so it only has 2 options. It can only ask itself yes or no questions, but a human brain has an infinity of directions that it can go.
Neurons are also digital, meaning a neuron either fires or it doesn't fire. So that's either 1 or a 0. And it's the combination of those 1s or 0s that actually produce the 10,000 different answers that you say.
It's a large-scale attempt to understand the wiring map of the brain.
Yeah.
actually.
Great.
I think that it's definitely needed.
Huh.
Understanding the anatomy of the brain is definitely important, but it doesn't necessarily tell us everything about the function. So there's some sort of temporal order from neuron to neuron and region to region that we may not be able to pick up.
This is where it gets really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Could we simulate that map inside a computer? And would that computer then be thinking like that original brain for which we made the map?
I mean, that's not the person. I mean, having a representation of someone's neural network is just that. It's just a representation of their neural network.
Huh.
I mean,
Because there's more to you in here than just information passing between neurons.
I'd like to think so.
Huh. It would be like if you simulated a hurricane or
It's just a representation of their neural network.
Huh.
I mean,
because there's more to you in here than just information passing between neurons.
I'd like to think so.
Huh. It would be like if you simulated a hurricane. Imagine we could keep track of every variable of a hurricane. Wind
Okay.
speed, every water molecule, et cetera, temperature. And we put that inside a super fast computer and we simulated it, right? I don't think anyone would think that the inside of the computer would get wet, even though we had simulated the hurricane perfectly. That wetness is consciousness, is what we are. Is it ethical to imagine mapping a male brain versus a female brain to look for differences between those, to explain alleged behavioral differences between them?
Every single person is different, and so it should be okay to map every single person's brain. I mean, I understand that that it's very sensitive, you know.
Wait, what do you think
mapping
is sensitive?
Mapping an Indian brain versus a Caucasian brain, or politically, I think that people may have some issue with mapping out what causes or what makes a difference between different types of people.
Maybe a wiring diagram is not sufficient to understand a brain. And it would be crazy to think that that would be sufficient, actually.
If you limit the connectome to be just the wiring diagram without, more information about myelination or glial cells, or
Correct.
all types of environmental features that surround, the neurons and axons, then you have an incomplete picture.
Right.
No doubt.
Sometimes when people they worry about connectomics, I think what they're actually worrying about is that it's the end of the way that we used to do neuroscience.
What do you think about memory? Do you think that there's ways of resolving what the substrate of human memory is? Is it just LTP and LTD?
I'm not sure if you had a connectome of a human brain, of an adult human, I would be able to read out memories from that.
You don't think it's
wiring
just
diagram.
the synaptic weights, like an artificial neural network gets trained to do particular
It could
things?
absolutely be, but without knowing what the weights were before the memory was made.
What if you had a violinist learn a piece of Bach music? And,
Yes.
could you find those notes somewhere in their brain that
Yes.
they didn't know before?
Yes.
I'm a musician, and I don't think it's possible. I think that there are too many, so much of it is associative to what you already know.
And as a musician, how much of it do you think is in your hands versus in your brains? Meaning, like, you do have connections in your muscles from the nerves that are from your spinal cord. What if some of the learning is there?
Are you still doing EM, or?
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of X-ray in addition to EM. And this is actually, I'm not saying it's the only problem, but it's the only problem that needs to be solved right away, is that the data analysis, right? In fact, I think we calculated that there aren't enough humans ever to map a mouse brain, where you collect every connection and et cetera. So the problem is to get algorithms to trace, to recognize things in brains the way humans recognize things in brains, or map things, trace things in brains. It's going to cost a lot of money to imagine setting the gold standard for the wiring diagram, even once. And those are the kinds of ethical concerns that I'm worried about. One of the things that we're not doing well as a field is sort of educating and telling people beyond our field the benefits of what we can achieve. And I'm impressed that when you talk to people about something that seems kind of crazy and outlandish and perhaps they hadn't been talking about before, it doesn't take them long to come to a kind of considered opinion, especially children. I think it's kind of amazing. I mean, I do hope that more people talk about brains and what we use brains for and the ways that we shouldn't use our brains. So I think this field has the opportunity to make that more real.
Gravitational waves are ripples in the fabric of space-time, predicted by Einstein's laws of general relativity. But they're incredibly difficult to detect. To see them, you need a detector that can accurately measure distances 10,000 times smaller than a proton. That's crazy! That's like trying to measure the distance from our sun to the nearest star to an accuracy of the width of a human hair. But we have a technology on Earth that can do that. LIGO, the Advanced Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory. And back in November 2015, on a Monday morning, LIGO detected the first gravitational wave that humans have ever directly observed. Where they came from and what this means for space science is nothing short of mind-blowing. This is the story. A long, long time ago in a galaxy, one of these orbiting black holes was 20 of a black hole as normal physics completely breaks down. What we do know is that they're infinitely dense. One of these orbiting black holes was 29 times the mass of the Sun, and the other was 36 times the mass of the Sun. But they were only about 200 kilometers wide, which is tiny in comparison to the Sun, which is over 1 million kilometers wide. And these black holes were orbiting each other really, really fast, about the same frequency as the blade on a blender. Imagine that, such massive objects rotating so quickly. These orbiting masses created ripples in the fabric of space-time called gravitational waves, and the closer they orbited, the bigger these waves got, until the black holes collided at half the speed of light. And when they merged, they formed a new black hole that rang kind of like a bell, throwing out colossal amounts of energy as gravitational waves, until it settled into a perfect sphere. And all of this happened in 0.2 seconds. And in the collision, they turned a huge amount of mass into gravitational wave energy. They lost a mass equal to 3 times the mass of the Sun, which got turned into gravitational wave energy by Einstein's equation E equals mc squared. This created a huge wake of gravitational waves that ripped out in all directions at the speed of light. And this is the thing that gets me. Over that last fifth of a second, this collision released more than 10 times more energy than the total output of all the stars in the entire rest of the universe. It just completely boggles the mind. Meanwhile, on Earth, at this exact time, our planet was looking very different to what we see now. It was a barren wasteland. There was no grass or trees, in fact no plants or animals at all. Life at this stage had only come as far as microscopic multicellular creatures that lived in the sea. And while the gravitational waves tore through space towards us, all of the complex life on Earth evolved and grew. Plants and animals developed, amphibians crawled on land, there was extinctions, reptiles and dinosaurs and mammals, more extinctions, primates evolved into all of human civilization, right up until Saturday, the 12th of November 2015, when the scientists at LIGO turned it on to begin their initial tests. A mere 2 days later, and the gravitational waves flew past us, and the first direct detection of gravitational waves on Earth was made. And that sound, it's actually what these waves sounded like. Even though gravitational waves are ripples in space-time and not ripples in the air, they vibrate at similar frequencies, so we can actually turn them into sound waves and listen to them. It might not sound very impressive, but detection of gravitational waves means a huge amount for science. The results of this detection have already been profound. This is the very first time that black holes have been directly detected. In fact, gravitational waves are the only way you can directly detect them. Consider this. All of our knowledge about the universe to this date has come to us through telescopes that measure light from the electromagnetic spectrum, like radio waves, visible light, X-rays, or through detectors that measure subatomic particles. But all of these existing telescopes are completely blind to gravitational waves. This means that gravitational wave astronomy is an entirely new thing, a whole new way to observe the universe. And it has already solved some important science questions. Gravitational waves exist, black holes exist, and gravitational waves travel at the speed of light. Here's how the LIGO detectors work. There are two L-shaped buildings, one in Hanford, Washington, and another in Livingstone, Louisiana, that make up LIGO. And also there's another detector called Virgo, which is in Italy, near Pisa. Having several detectors on Earth means that scientists can verify a signal from space by seeing if it appears at all of the different detectors. And they're far apart because it means that they can see roughly in what direction the wave is coming from by triangulating the signal. Even with these waves travelling at light speed, there's a delay of a few milliseconds between each of the detectors. Each of these L-shaped buildings houses a thing called a laser interferometer, where a laser is produced, then split into two beams which each fly down a 4-kilometre long arm, and then they're reflected off a 40-kilogram pure silicon test mass, which is hung from the ceiling. It's hung from the ceiling on a series of pendulums to insulate it from the outside disturbances like trucks moving past or people sneezing. When you're trying to detect distances with a sensitivity less than the nucleus of an atom, getting rid of external noise is very important. Each arm bounces the laser back and forth 400 times to make the arm effectively 1,600 kilometers long. And each time around, the laser's boosted to make it stronger. Then after its journey, the light is collected and recombined in such a way that, if the arms are the same length, the light from each arm cancels out, producing no signal. But if a gravitational wave ripples past, it will stretch or contract each of the arms, making the light from each arm arrive at the detector at slightly different times. That means that when they're recombined, they will no longer fully cancel out and a signal will appear. And this is exactly what happened on the 14th of November. It's crazy to me to imagine that if they had turned on this detector just 2 days later, then they would have completely missed this signal that had been travelling towards us for 1.3 billion years. This makes me wonder what other signals from deep space we've already missed, and what's still out there screaming towards us waiting to be discovered that we just don't know about yet. In fact, at the time I made this video, LIGO's detected another, even stronger black hole collision, and we can expect a lot more in the coming months and years. It's already achieved many of its science goals, but there's many more it's aiming for. For example, it might be able to give us a more accurate measure of how fast the universe is expanding, and so how much dark energy there is. It will hopefully be able to look at what makes stars go supernova, and might be able to probe the very nature of space-time and see if it's made of things called cosmic strings. But the most exciting thing is that we don't know what it will find. This is one of the best parts of science, when you've got a new tool to peer into a realm of reality that you've never been able to access before. Who knows what you'll find? Maybe you'll discover things that help explain some of the great mysteries of the universe, or maybe we'll find things that we can't explain at all, and then we have to come up with new physics. In any case, I find it super exciting, and I can't wait to see more results. So there you go, those are the basics of gravitational wave astronomy. Hey, I just wanted to say thanks for all the comments on my last video. I didn't get to reply to them all, but I did read them all, and the amount of positive feedback was amazing, and it just makes me want to carry on and make more and more of these videos, so thanks for that. As for this video, I didn't get to cover everything I wanted to. This field of gravitational wave astronomy is amazing. In 8 minutes you can only cover so much, so if you're left with any questions, please put them in the comments.
But for the way I'm planning to present things, I think you might actually be fine without that. The Riemann zeta function. This is one of those objects in modern math that a lot of you might have heard of, but which can be really difficult to understand. Don't worry, I'll explain that animation that you just saw in a few minutes. A lot of people know about this function because there's a that animation that you just saw in a few minutes. A lot of people know about this function because there's a $1 million prize out for anyone who can figure out when it equals 0. An open problem known as the Riemann hypothesis. Some of you may have heard of it in the context of the divergent sum, one which the sum equals negative 1/12. But as any casual math enthusiast who started to read into this knows, its definition references this one idea called analytic continuation, which has to do with complex valued functions. And this idea can be frustratingly opaque and unintuitive. So what I'd like to do here is just show you all what this zeta function actually looks like, and to explain what this idea of analytic continuation is in a visual and more intuitive way. I'm assuming that you know about complex numbers, and that you're comfortable working with them. And I'm tempted to say that you should know calculus, since analytic continuation is all about derivatives, but for the way I'm planning to present things, I think you might actually be fine without that. So to jump right into it, let's just define what this zeta function is. For a given input, where we commonly use the variable s, the function is 1 over 1 to the s, which is always 1, plus 1 over 2 to the s, plus 1 over 3 to the s, plus 1 over 4 to the s, on and on and on, summing up over all natural numbers. So for example, let's say you plug in a value like s equals 2. You'd get 1 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 9 plus 1/16, and as you keep adding more and more reciprocals of squares, this just so happens to approach pi squared over 6, which is around 1.645. There's a very beautiful reason for why pi shows up here, and I might do a video on it at a later date, but that's just the tip of the iceberg for why this function is beautiful. You could do the same thing for other inputs s, like 3 or 4, and sometimes you get other interesting values. And so far, everything feels pretty reasonable. You're adding up smaller and smaller amounts, and these sums approach some number. Great, no craziness here. Yet, if you were to read about it, you might see some people say that zeta of negative 1 equals negative 1/12. But looking at this infinite sum, that doesn't make any sense. When you raise each term to the negative 1, flipping each fraction, you get 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, on and on over all natural numbers. And obviously that doesn't approach anything. Certainly not negative.
And into GT, the reincarnation of Kid Buu, a character with limitless potential. Specifically Kid Buu, where some numbskull out there starts yelling out cannon, 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 cannon. Just shut up. Let's talk about this shit, all right? Oob. Joining me to talk about Oob, please welcome from Geeklist TV, one of my favorites, MJ. Hello. That whole, like, I couldn't figure it out thing was only... Oob may have been suppressed. I think the power of Oob with Fat Buu...
He does state that he took his, Gohan, Trunks, Goten, who are all possessed, they all are infected, they all show up to him. Baby tells him, nah, you know, you're out of it, they're his league. So he was saying that Oob could pretty much take out
where things are going rather interestingly. Security is not... It's not going to do anything for the morning rush of passengers. A lot of these guys, they're just going to be living in this building. We can expand departures considerably. We can put a restroom down. So it's very tempting, is what I'm getting at. It is very... Let's do it like there. So that is just like that. So we're going to do it there. And then what we eventually do, the way I wanted it to hit that, yeah, I suppose. From front combined pally work, I do. Be so of that's totally fine. Terminal to get to baggage claim. Like they get off a plane, they go a separate way through a corridor, and that's all they need to do. That's beautiful. Love it. Right, so security is the next task. we're gonna need to figure out how exactly security is gonna work. Now, what I'm thinking first is I want to put some walls in there so that lower part of the terminal into security phase.
Through Monday.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Includes anyone you've spoken to, websites. That's a slippery slope. Well, let's look at the charts here. Let's have a look, guys. So here are all, and here you can see us right now, the house. And there's stuff, hey, this is...
Increases in power from what training is going on in the next episode, as Krillin is like Goku, depending on whether spinning in the strongest full universes or more height from the other universes, but the fight just may come down to Goku and Jiren. And with a fighter stronger than Goku,
There's a way that we can have really a lot of fun, and it is true, because it's a beautiful place and we have a lot of fun. We are in a really nice location. I'd like to give you a little tour, maybe just to give you an idea that to live in a beautiful place mustn't be that expensive. The snow is gone now for a couple of days.
You can only afford to support 2 Saiyan mouths, and you've got a bun in the oven.
Hey guys! Y'all ready for the tournament? Wow, did someone die? Oh gosh, where's Yamcha?
Nobody's dead yet.
Then why are you all so glum, chums? Come on, today's
Why is a square